710 miles south of Oklahoma City. A crisis of capacity unfolding on the nation's southern border.
They have a sense that Biden was inviting them to be able to come in.
I think it's the causes are probably not simply that.
They need to come down here.
The cause of political football.
I'm going to find out who he talked to.
All while more than 16,000 migrant children are caught in the middle.
These are families seeking the American dream.
Beginning under the Trump administration and continuing today, many people who cross the border illegally are immediately taken back to Mexico due to COVID-19. The Biden administration creating new exceptions for unaccompanied children and entire families with a child younger than 6.
The largest group are coming from Guatemala, the second from Honduras, the third largest from Mexico, I believe.
Scenes like these playing out across the nearly 2,000-mile border. Two sisters from Ecuador, ages 3 and 5, dropped over a 14-foot border fence in New Mexico. Border Patrol agents left to fill the shoes of law enforcement, social worker, and caregiver.
These are not mean, hateful people that are working the Border Patrol and Customs and Border Protection. These are people that also have families, that those kids remind them of their own kids.
But with more than 16,000 children in U.S. custody, the federal government is simply overwhelmed. This is as close as we are able to get to the Donna processing facility handling unaccompanied minors and families. However, Senator James Lankford taking us inside in the palm of his hand.
I was pretty stunned by it because it is so many more people than what it was in 2019 jammed in there together. I get why President Biden doesn't want people to see there and doesn't want the media to go in.
The facility is designed to hold no more than 250 migrants. However, behind these walls, there are more than 4,000.
But I think that there is a danger that these children will not be in the proper circumstances that they need.
The challenge that Border Patrol has is that they've now got half of their workforce is typing in information and taking care of all these kids, which means that half of their workforce is no longer on the border.
In February, Border Patrol agents recorded the third highest run-in with migrants over the past decade. Despite the growing surge, experts say the numbers, at least for now, are not unprecedented.
Most recent previous surge was in 2019. That was neither at the beginning nor the end of the Trump administration. And so there was no big change in who was in charge or big change in policies. And yet there was a surge that, at least to date, outpaced the current surge.
The reasons for crossing as varied as the people themselves.
Fortunately, we've met many families who have faced real violence, who have watched children or siblings die right next to them in a car because they were caught in crossfire. And this is nothing, and these are families in Oklahoma who have experienced these types of traumas.
What role does empathy play in the folks we're receiving?
We as Americans are incredibly empathetic. We have 1 million people a year that we allow legally to become citizens of the United States. So we are a very open country.
Lankford coming face to face with the potential cost of crossing the Rio Grande.
They picked up a body that was floating face down in the water of an adult man. They said that happens periodically, but it's the challenge of this entire region, the complexity of drug gangs and cartels.
I can't help but think, as a father myself, that I would do anything. I would move heaven and earth to make sure that my family were safe,